There we go.
Okay. This video is going to be about Robert Merton's 5 individual modes of adaptation and his traditional strain enemy theory.
All right. Before we begin, some context. So Merton's strain enemy theory is an elaboration of Emil Durkheim's theory. And the basics are that humans are inherently goal-seeking creatures. We strive to achieve our goals, and when we're denied legitimate means to achieve them, we experience a strain. Individuals can cope with this strain in 5 different ways that Merton described as modes, and the first of which is conformity. Conformists make up the backbone of American society. They accept American and cultural ideals and the legitimate means to achieve them. They'll go about achieving their goals in regular law-abiding ways. College students who are here to get a degree, get a good high-paying job, buy a house, raise a family. Chinese immigrants, perhaps they come here to create a restaurant, make enough money to live comfortably and send their kids to college. Businessmen like Bill Gates, who rose out of a humble middle-class background to become one of the richest men alive. And moving on, we have the classic criminals, innovators. Now, they accept cultural ideals like the American dream, but they don't accept the legitimate means to achieve them. And these are drug dealers who make their profit illegally, sellers of counterfeit goods like Rolex watches or Prada handbags that you see on the streets of New York, or at the highest levels, Ponzi schemers like Bernie Madoff, who cost the global economy several $billions when it was found out that his very successful investments were all frauds. Moving on from that, we have ritualists. And these do not accept society's cultural goals, but accept the legitimate means of achieving them. These are the poor who work hard but know that they'll never make it big. Virginia coal workers who labor away, knowing they probably will be stuck in the same job until they retire, but do it anyway. And these are people that go through the motions of life. Bureaucrats who laser focus on the rules, often at the cost of efficiency. Because they know they'll never get promoted.
The fourth one is ritualism, so retreatists. So retreatists do not accept society's cultural goals, and they also do not accept the legitimate means of achieving them. So this is generally someone who gives up on achieving success in the way society would consider it, and instead they just focus on doing whatever it takes to get by, regardless of what the laws are. So one example would be a homeless person. So they reject society's goals of owning a house, and they'll steal to afford food and other essentials that it takes to survive instead of achieving those through legal ways. Also a heroin addict whose goal is to get more drugs and get high any means necessary, even if it's not illegal. They might rob a store or mug someone to get this money. And so the fifth and final one is rebellion. So like retreatists, they don't accept society's cultural goals, nor do they accept legitimate means of achieving them. But in addition, they'll replace these goals of society with new ones. So one example would be in the 1960s, the San Francisco hippies. So these people congregated in their own neighborhood, the hate within the city, apart from everyone else, and they replaced society's goals of materialistic success, focusing instead on communal living, free love, anti-war sentiments, and socialist ideas. And instead of following the normal police like the rest of society, they rejected that and replaced it with the Hells Angels and looking to that as their source of authority. Another example would be the Amish people. They moved to their own community separate from the rest of American society, and they rejected modern technology and all the normal ways that Americans would live.